確かに。ありゃちょっと他の生徒とは別格って感じだったね。
でしょ？ちょっとベルメ
イさん Vermeil is just so bad. That is the one reoccurring thought and theme that I have during watching this anime, but during watching this entire episode is just, she is just so bad, and it's just awesome to see. I love the way that she just treats Alto into these, like, sexual desire situations. Like, she basically pins this boy up against the shower and is just like, you want to beat the student council, right? You want to beat these. You want to be better than them. He's like, yes, I think so. I do. And she was like, then you need to utilize my power. And she's like, what does this have to do with anything? She's like, this has everything to do with everything. And I'm just like, yes, go Vermeil, go. This anime definitely is like one of like the guilty pleasures, right? I think we can all establish that this is probably yours as well as my guilty pleasure of the anime season so far. But like the overarching plot, right, that I really adore as well is trying to figure out like, okay, as everybody pieces it together, I'm interested to see as like when they finally begin piecing it together that he summons somebody who should be unsummonable. His mana tends to be gold. During the battle of this specific episode with the student council member, she notices that hey, Alto's mana is gold. So I think that's going to get him some big notoriety and some big eyeballs on him for sure, because that gold mana is untypical of your standard mage kind of throughout the academy and stuff, or throughout the world probably. So that's going to give him some pretty good notoriety. So I'm interested in seeing kind of like how that plays out. I'm also interested to see on like this specific episode was about him and us recognizing the level at which the student council is. They have 4 gold members or 4 gold square members or whatever the hell it is. So the student council is pretty jam-packed with a lot of really high-level mages. So I'm wondering what's going to end up happening if he can pull the win out, because, you know, this episode he obviously challenges the head of the dragon riders or whatever. So he challenges her. So if he can pull the win out, right, I'm going to wonder, like, what's that going to do for him? Where's that going to put him exactly? Now, I don't know specifically on what level the dragon rider girl is, because I think when we saw the student council, I think there were 6 or 7 members in the student council. So I don't know exactly where that's going to put Alto from that level, but you would assume that it would put him from peon, basically like, you know, non-existent person, like pretty high up there, silver, you know, silver gold or something. It would put him pretty high up there. But overall, I really thought this episode was really, really good. I like the pacing of it. I felt like it was really quick. I felt like the meat and potatoes of the episode was really the duel and the challenge, and I felt like that went pretty quick. But prior to that was all kind of the setup for that battle to happen. It was really like Vermeil and Alto getting closer, getting, you know, noticing, you know, there's another powerful, you know, entities or, you know, around the school, being the student council. We had some ecchi, we had some fan service, which was, you know, the Vermeil entering the boys' locker room. Then we had some additional fan service in the girls' locker room. So very fan servicey episode. I felt like the episode overall was pretty quick, and not a whole lot was accomplished this episode. But at the same time, the one thing that was accomplished was the duel. And I'm very interested to see on what ends up happening, because the episode pretty much cuts off at Vermeil and Alto launching another ice crystal attack, which I was really ready for, like, Vermeil to pop off, because, like, there was that one, I don't know if it was last episode, maybe the episode before last, where she popped off in this, like, oh yeah, it was when they did the, it was when they faced, like, the earth dragon or whatever, and she kind of, like, popped off into the sky and was, like, evil, like, you know, I was waiting for her to do something similar to that, but this episode is really just her kind of taking damage and taking everything, and then basically passing her mana down, or, you know, doing like a mana exchange from Alto to her and back and forth to launch this ultimate attack. But regardless, I'm interested to see on what happens next week, interested to see on kind of where it goes from here. But definitely, Vermeil, she's a baddie, but she's bad. Like, she's just so bad, and you love to see it. Definitely enjoyable. Definitely love seeing it, and I can't wait for more as next week's episode kind of comes to fruition. I kind of think this episode is more of a fan service and builder episode as we move on to next week's. But I'm going to leave you guys on those simple thoughts there. Not a whole lot happened this episode, so not too much to talk about, but let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the fan service, the ecchi. And let me know, is Alto going to pull off the W, or is he going to lose to the Dragon Rider for the first time ever? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next week.